Hi everyone, I'm Elle and I'm the leader of opposition, and today we're debating on the topic that this House believes that democracy cannot be enforced. Me and my member of the opposition are here to defend that democracy actually can be enforced and is enforced right now. We would like to agree with the definition for democracy. However, we would ask the government to define what collective will is. Because according to our definition of democracy, this means a political state in which the government is chosen by the people, and it is a government by the people, exercised either directly or through elected representatives. And we would like to give another definition for enforced, which is to ensure the obedience of a law or any kind of certain law or political system. This ensurement is not supposed, is maybe with physical force or with any kinds of measures. As Machiavelli once said, in order to reach a goal, all measures are justified. So I'll go quickly on the government's arguments. The first one, yes?
I have a question. So in case it's only one, let's say, person that wants to impose a law, is that enforcement?
According to our definition of democracy and to your definition of democracy, it is government by the people. So when the people decide that, as you said, the collective will, which we would like to be defined by you. Anyways, so your first argument was that that fighting is not enforcing, and if there is no collective will, democracy cannot be achieved, if I understood correctly. But fighting occurs not only is not in only one direction principle. When a fight occurs or a war occurs, there's two sides. So basically, people who fight for democracy fight, which is, according to your speech, is not enforcement. But on the other side, people who support another way of government, for example, dictatorship, also fight. Does that mean that fighting in order to defend dictatorship is not enforcement of dictatorship? According to your logic, it is not. But according to our logic, any fighting for an idea is enforcing it, because you have someone who is against you, and you're enforcing him against this person, because this person obviously does not agree with you. Yes.
I'm sorry, can you repeat your definition for enforcement?
To ensure the obedience of a law. Yes.
How is that connected with what you just said? You equalized enforcement to fight.
I said that the enforcement can be achieved through fight, and fight is enforcement, because you have another human being that you fight against. Because even when the majority of people believe in one idea and fight for it, they still fight against someone else. No, thank you. And this means that they enforce this democracy against another minority of people. This is still enforcement. So your second argument was that democracy can be earned, which I also need a definition of. And you gave France as an example, but I would like to give you an example with the same country. In 1789, the French begins the French Revolution, which changed the absolute monarchy, which lasted for centuries. and collapse the whole country. When this happened, 70% of the people, the simple people, the third estate of the people, which were the miners, miners according to money and belongings, they fought against the monarchy. But the monarchy, the other people, the first and the second estate, were 30% of the people. Yes, they're not majority, but they are still 30% of the population, which is a huge number of people. Which means that the people who, yes?
Yeah, given those numbers, what is the collective will of that whole nation?
The collective will of the whole nation is divided, obviously. So, even if there is no, as you pointed out, that in Iraq there is no collective will, there is still enforcement. If there is collective will, you still enforce someone, because minors, you can't say that if you give an idea to the minors, they can't be enforced. Anyways, your third argument was that support from outside is support to the collective will, is still not enforcement. But given with the example with Libya, the population of Libya is divided probably 50-50, supporters to Gaddafi and opposers to the Gaddafi, which means that, no thank you, which means that enforcement is a fact, because the people of Gaddafi want to ensure the status quo, while the other 50% of the population want to ensure a new way of governance, which is the democratic way. And they want to enforce this democracy over the rest of the population.
Question.
Which is enforcement. No, thank you. The third, our first argument, which we will present, is that the enforcement is in the nature of democracy. Because even when you enforce, because even when democracy is reached, you still have to follow some rules, and if you don't, you will be made to by the laws. Because if you don't obey a law, there are certain restrictions that you can go to jail, you can either be punished, you should pay something. Even if you're against that rule, you can't really change it, because this is the way you vote for certain representatives to choose that. Our second argument is the historical proof with Libya, with Russia, and with France that we already gave